Hello friends, this video on light, shadows and reflection part 6 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Let us now talk about a very important phenomenon associated with light, that is reflection of light. Now in the previous few slides, I already mentioned that whenever light falls on an object, it has three possibilities to interact. Either it gets reflected or absorbed or transmitted. So I'll give you examples of a few scenarios where we see that light gets reflected. Now think of a situation where you take a mirror in front of you, in presence of light of course, and what do you see? You can see your own image in the mirror. So is that a magic? No, that is due to this phenomenon of reflection of light. So when light falls on your face, it gets reflected. And then when the light gets reflected from the mirror and it enters your eye, that is when you are able to see your image. It's just that simple concept, because we are all illuminated objects. We do not produce our own light, but we have the ability to reflect the light that falls on our body from some other light source. So we are illuminated object. And that mirror is a surface from where the light gets reflected, and that reflected light, when reaches our eye, we are able to see the image. So not only this, when you place a flower vase in front of a mirror, what happens? You are able to see two flower vases now. So one is the real flower vase, the other one is the image which is formed on the mirror. So reflection doesn't happen only with mirrors, it can happen with other surfaces as well. But one important criteria for reflection to take place is that the surface has to be really smooth and shiny. So let's look at this example of a lake. So in this lake, you can see that this is the real hill and greenery. But on the surface of the water, an image of the hill is already formed. So that means this also acts like a mirror where reflection of light is taking place. So when light from this illuminated object falls on this water surface, it gets reflected back, and this reflected light reaches our eye, and that is how we are able to see the image. Now, if you want, you can try it out yourself, that if you take a stainless steel spoon and you just keep it in front of you, you are able to see your image on the spoon. Why is it? Because the surface again is very shiny and smooth, so reflection of light is taking place, because of which you are able to see your image. So now the question is, what exactly is reflection of light? So it is nothing but bouncing back of a ray of light when it strikes a boundary between different media through which light cannot pass. So whenever we are talking about a surface, so that surface could either be the stainless steel spoon, or it could be the mirror, or it could be the surface of the lake. So wherever you see you are talking about a surface, that surface is nothing but the boundary between two different media. Let's say you talk about the surface of the lake. So that surface is the boundary between air and water, because below that surface is water, above that surface is air. Similarly, when you are talking about the mirror, so the surface which you are talking about, that is this surface, is actually a boundary between glass and air, because beyond this is glass and on this side is air. So that way, every surface which we are talking about, that is actually a boundary between two different media, and it has to be such a boundary through which light cannot pass. So what are those objects which do not allow light to pass? Opaque objects. And that is why I told you that mirror is opaque, because it doesn't allow light to get transmitted. So what is going to happen to the light? The light will bounce back. So whenever, let's talk about this flower vase. Now this is an illuminated object. So when light from some other source, maybe from sun or from a tube light or a bulb, falls on this object will send the light on the mirror. So when the light from this object falls on the mirror, what happens? The light gets reflected back. So when the light gets reflected back, these reflected light reaches our eye, and that is why we are able to see this image which is being formed on the mirror. So this bouncing back of light is known as reflection of light. Now you can try out some very interesting things yourself. For example, you take a spoon which is very easily available at your home. Now just try to look at your image with the back side of the spoon. right? So because the spoon has a curved surface like this, right? So this is like the outer surface and this is the inner surface. So try to observe your own images from both the outer surface and the inner surface, and you will see that on the outer surface you will always see an erect image, but on the inner surface, when you take it far away, you will see an inverted image of your face. But when you bring it very close to you, you will be able to see an erect image. So basically you can just try this interesting things, and you will see that as you change the distance of the spoon from yourself, the type of image that you are able to see there also changes. Now, why this happens is the concept of spherical mirrors, which we will learn in our higher classes. So, but these are some interesting stuffs which you can try around yourself. You can try try to see if images are formed on shiny surfaces. Just try to take a piece of wood in front of you in presence of light, but you will not see any image. That's because that the surface is not shiny enough for reflection of light to take place. Similarly, you can try to take an object like maybe something like a marble flooring or granite flooring, which is very shiny. You will roughly be able to see an image being formed over there. So that's how you can try out the concept with objects around you. Now the question is, this is the concept based on which we are able to see the things around us. So whenever the light reflected from an object reaches our eye, we are able to see that object. So when light falls on the mirror from that object, that is our face, and the reflected light reaches our eye, we are able to see the image on the mirror. When there is no light, we do not see any image. So presence of light is a must to see, for reflection to take place, and that is why for us to see objects. Now when this girl is looking at this picture, she is able to see this picture because the light falling on this picture, when it gets reflected, so that reflected light is able to reach her eyes, and that is why she is able to see the picture. So you can actually get a hell lot of examples of reflection in nature. So mostly in the areas surrounding lakes, you can very well see reflection taking place. So basically it is not only mirror where reflection takes place, but a lot of other surfaces which are opaque at the same time, which are shiny and smooth enough for reflection to take place. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.